Welcome to my channel Mintage Mysteries, where every coin has a hidden story. If you love discovering hidden treasures and uncovering coin secrets, you're in the right place. We're on a quest to solve the puzzles behind the world's most fascinating coins. From rare errors to legendary rarities, let's dive into the mysteries of numismatics. The 1992 Washington quarter dollar is one of the most widely recognized coins in the United States, a piece of everyday currency that most people handle without giving it a second thought. In 1992, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these coins to meet the country's circulation needs, striking them at multiple facilities, including Philadelphia and Denver. Despite its seemingly ordinary appearance, the 1992 Washington quarter dollar carries a design, composition, and historical significance that reflect decades of tradition and careful craftsmanship. Like its predecessors, it features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse and the eagle on the reverse, blending practical use with symbolic meaning. While most quarters circulate unnoticed, the 1992 Washington quarter dollar represents a small but enduring piece of American history. The design of the 1992 Washington quarter dollar is directly derived from the original 1932 issue, created to commemorate the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. The obverse features Washington's profile facing left, based on the 1785 bust by French sculptor Jean-Antoine Houdon. Houdon's portrait was chosen for its realistic and dignified representation of the first president, capturing both his authority and character. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the year 1992, echoing decades of design consistency. These elements not only identify the coin's origin and date, but also symbolize the nation's foundational values of freedom, faith, and continuity. Even after 60 years of production, the portrait remains a defining feature of the quarter and a familiar symbol of American heritage. On the reverse of the 1992 Washington quarter dollar is the traditional eagle design, which has been a staple of the coin for most of its history. The eagle is depicted with wings spread wide, perched on a bundle of arrows with two olive branches beneath its talons. This imagery conveys a dual message. The arrows represent readiness and strength, while the olive branches signify peace and diplomacy. The eagle's pose and the balance of elements create a symmetrical, visually pleasing design that reflects classical artistic ideals. Encircling the eagle are the inscriptions "United States of America" and "quarter dollar," reinforcing both the coin's national identity and its monetary value. The reverse design, while consistent with earlier issues, continues to carry symbolic meaning that ties each quarter to the broader history and values of the United States. The composition of the 1992 Washington quarter dollar is a significant aspect of its production. Like all quarters minted between 1965 and 1998, it features a clad structure, with an outer layer composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. This composition was chosen for durability, corrosion resistance, and the ability to maintain its appearance through years of circulation. Prior to 1965, quarters were made from 90% silver, but rising silver prices and economic considerations led the mint to adopt the copper-nickel-clad design. This modern structure allowed the coin to remain practical for everyday use while preserving the sharpness of the design. The 1992 Washington quarter dollar, therefore, reflects a careful balance between tradition and contemporary minting technology. Each 1992 quarter carries a mint mark indicating its production facility, either P for Philadelphia or D for Denver. Mint marks are crucial for collectors and historians, providing information about the coin's origin and enabling the study of subtle differences between minting locations. The minting process itself involves precise striking of metal planchets under high pressure to ensure that the details of both the obverse and reverse designs are crisp and clearly defined. Despite advances in technology, the process retains a strong connection to traditional methods of coin production, combining craftsmanship with modern efficiency. The 1992 Washington quarter dollar also holds broader historical and cultural significance. By 1992, the Washington quarter had been in continuous production for 6 decades, making it an enduring symbol of American identity. It connects each holder with generations of Americans who have used the coin in everyday transactions, bridging the past and present. Collectors and numismatists often study these coins not just for their monetary value but for the historical and artistic qualities they embody. Even a seemingly ordinary circulation coin carries stories of design decisions, minting techniques, and national symbolism. In addition to practical considerations, the 1992 Washington quarter dollar reflects cultural continuity in U.S. coinage. Its obverse portrait and reverse eagle design emphasize tradition, while the copper-nickel-clad composition demonstrates adaptation to economic and technological realities. This combination of historical reverence and practicality is characteristic of much of American coinage, highlighting the thoughtfulness involved in producing coins that are both functional and meaningful. Most people never think twice about a Washington quarter. It is one of the most familiar coins in the United States, passed from hand to hand every day, used in vending machines, toll booths, or simply forgotten in jars and drawers. In 1992, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these quarters to meet the needs of circulation. To the average person, a 1992 Washington quarter dollar seems ordinary, a small piece of metal worth 25 cents, bearing the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse and the eagle on the reverse. Yet, among these millions, there exists a story of rarity, historical intrigue, and extraordinary value that elevates one particular coin from everyday currency to an almost legendary status. Value in the world of coin collecting is not determined by face value. It is shaped by rarity, condition, and sometimes the smallest quirks in production. Coins are mass-produced, but not all coins are identical. During the minting process, errors can occur that make a coin unique. A misaligned strike, a double die, a coin struck on the wrong metal, or even subtle differences in the design can transform a common quarter into a rare collectible. These mistakes are generally caught and destroyed by quality control, but occasionally one slips through, entering circulation entirely by accident. It is these rare anomalies that can command immense attention and high prices among collectors. The 1992 Washington quarter dollar is known in numismatic circles for its exceptional rarity. While millions were produced in standard circulation, only a handful exist with unique characteristics that distinguish them from ordinary quarters. Some of these coins carry minor minting anomalies. Others are preserved in near-perfect condition, which is nearly impossible for coins that have circulated for decades. The combination of rarity and condition dramatically increases a coin's value. Collectors prize coins that are not only unusual but also have survived time without wear, scratches, or damage, maintaining the sharpness and luster of their original strike. Condition is critical in determining the worth of a collectible coin. Most quarters from 1992 show signs of wear from daily use. Their details soften, their luster fades, and scratches accumulate. A coin that remains pristine after decades of circulation is exceedingly rare. Professional grading services examine such coins under magnification and assign them a score, assessing factors like surface preservation, sharpness of design, and overall appearance. A 1992 Washington quarter that combines a rare minting feature with an almost flawless grade becomes a coin of extraordinary significance and value. The rarity of such coins creates fierce competition among collectors. When only a few examples of a particular variation are known to exist, the stakes at auctions rise dramatically. These coins are not just currency, they are pieces of history, symbols of luck, timing, and exclusivity. Wealthy collectors and investors are willing to pay enormous sums to secure such unique treasures, knowing that the opportunity may never come again. The allure lies not only in monetary value but also in the prestige and satisfaction of owning something almost impossible to find. Years after its minting, one exceptional 1992 Washington quarter dollar surfaced and became the focus of intense attention. Experts authenticated the coin, examined it in detail, and confirmed that it possessed characteristics unmatched by any other known example. Its rarity, combined with its near-perfect preservation, placed it in a class entirely of its own. When it was announced that this coin would be sold at a major auction, collectors around the world waited eagerly for the event, aware that they were witnessing a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. As the auction began, initial bids were cautious, but they quickly escalated. Collectors recognized the rarity and perfection of the coin and pushed the price higher with each round of bidding. The excitement in the room grew palpable as the stakes climbed. Experienced collectors and investors understood the significance of the moment, realizing that this was not merely a transaction but a historical milestone in the world of numismatics. With every bid, the value of the coin seemed to grow, reflecting both its physical uniqueness and the intense demand for ownership. Finally, after a tense and dramatic bidding process, the auctioneer called for the final time, and the hammer fell. The result stunned everyone present and echoed across the collecting community. That single 1992 Washington quarter dollar, once worth just 25 cents, reportedly sold for an astonishing $16 million. The sale demonstrated the power of rarity, condition, and historical significance to transform even the most ordinary object into something extraordinary. The story of this coin serves as a powerful reminder that value is not always apparent at first glance. What appears to be a simple, everyday quarter can, under the right circumstances, become a treasure of immense historical and financial worth. For collectors, historians, and enthusiasts, the 1992 Washington quarter dollar exemplifies the magic of numismatics, where luck, skill, and preservation converge to create objects that are not only rare but virtually priceless. It also reminds us to look a little closer at the objects around us, because sometimes, even the smallest, most ordinary items can hold extraordinary value. If you enjoyed today's exploration, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin discoveries, and share this video with fellow collectors. And as always, keep searching for those hidden treasures in your change. You never know when you might stumble upon the next big mystery.